Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel, and today we have the arrival of Street Fighter 6 along with the rerun of Street Fighter 5. Now there's some things about this update that are pretty damn awesome, and there's also some things that are not so awesome, unfortunately guys. It just can't be a perfect update, I guess. So we're just going to talk about everything that entails in this update, what you should be doing during the update so you can acquire all the rewards possible. So the first thing is, guys, whenever you log into the game, you're going to get Camy here completely for free, which is pretty damn cool. That is a really sick thing that we get a UE character for free. Granted, he's just level 90, but as you'll find out, you'll actually be able to level up whenever you're playing the game. So the first thing we have is the Challenge Carnival event. Now in this Carnival, guys, you're going to be able to acquire all these rewards. These tokens are going to be really important. You can see that they got memories for Camy in here also. I mean, you got 1, 2, 3, 4 memories in here. So if you're able to finish this thing, you're going to get, a quite leveled up Camy, and there's going to be some other ways to get some memories for him as well. Now the way to get these points is by summoning. That's going to be the main way that you can do it. But you can see here that if you do the Smash the Car event mission, the Plug and Plan event missions, like when you're doing these things, you can actually get points to move through this carnival so you can acquire all the rewards possible. But that's pretty much what you want to do, guys. Anytime you're doing any of these things, you're going to be able to acquire some points in order to move through this carnival. So that's actually pretty cool, guys. It's pretty free to play, except for maybe doing a bunch of summons. We'll have to see how it plays out as far as playing all the other missions other than summoning to get everything that you want in here. But I imagine if you're playing during the Street Fighter collaboration, you're probably doing some summons. So if you're waiting another week, then this won't be able to fill up until the next banner actually shows up. If you're doing it now, then you're going to fill this up a whole lot faster right now. So that's actually pretty cool. You have the Jury's Gift and the Cammy's Gift event, and in these things here, guys, you're just going to be acquiring these materials here, and you acquire these materials by playing any one of these things. You can literally click on any one of these that you want to play. A lot of these things are actually just through the dailies, like you can play the Battle Card Dungeon or the Hall of Elements. You can just literally click on here and it'll take you exactly where you need to go in order to acquire everything. Like a lot of this stuff, like this league match is daily, this is dailies. Like a lot of this stuff is already just daily stuff that we do. And so it's pretty easy. And once you acquire enough of these things, you're going to be able to fill up this level here, and you're going to be able to acquire all these things. And again, you're going to get these tokens, which is awesome. You're going to be able to get this card, which is pretty damn sick. This card is awesome, actually. It increases your momentum, it increases your overpower, decreases skill cooldown. But the big dog here is increased critical rate by 20% and critical damage by 250% for a Street Fighter 5 character. So if you pull one of the Street Fighter 5 characters, or you already have them and them characters have been massively buffed, that's another big bonus to this update, is that the original Street Fighter characters got huge buffs. Honestly, it is insane what Netmarble did for those characters. So this is just going to add, a whole lot more damage for those characters, man. This is going to be a pretty much god tier option card for them, because you have the cooldown, you have the momentum, overpower increase, and you have the critical damage and critical rate increase. Just going to be massive for those characters. You have all these other little items in here, which is pretty damn sweet, right? You'll be able to get shards for any of the Street Fighter characters, which is awesome, but they're only going to be useful, unfortunately, if you get them to A5. That is something to remember. But you do got 500 rubies in here, and it's going to be the same thing for the Cammy's event as well. You're just going to be getting these materials by farming throughout these things here, and yeah, you'll just start filling this thing up, and hopefully you'll get everything out of here. And once again, you'll get some rubies, you'll get some tokens, you get some of these shards, get like an extra imprint stone for them, as we'll talk about here in a little bit. So that's actually pretty cool. Yeah, the Street Fighter 6 honor mission. This is really just, kind of a token thing is really all this is. It really honestly isn't a big deal. For some players it is, for some it's not. Then you have the Camy Dice game. Now, in this game mode here, you're going to be able to acquire dice every single day. They're going to give you dice whenever you log in every day. You get 500 dice. And also you'll be able to get these dice whenever you're farming in the Rush Dungeon, as I'll show you guys in a little bit. And as you progress through here, as you're rolling your dice and you're moving your cute little Camy here all the way around here, every round that you do, you're going to get one of these rewards out of here. You're going to get a completion reward. So 1 round you'll get this, 2 rounds you'll get this, 3 rounds, and your objective is obviously to go all the way top. You definitely want these things. These are actually really good. These tokens can be very helpful, right? You're really just trying to move all the way to the top in order to get these rewards. You have a nice sweet option card in here that gives a nice attack bonus, which is really, really great for the Street Fighter characters. And then of course you get 50 rubies every single rotation that you do around here. So you're just going to be getting the dice every day, guys, from doing your Rush Dungeons and from your login event. And when it comes to the Rush Dungeon in Unyielding Sun, you'll get dice every time you do, you know, one round through here. And whenever you do start farming in here, as I say in all these videos, wait till the third day or wait till this third one is opened up and farm in here, because you're going to get a lot more bang for your buck as far as these tokens are concerned. And those tokens are important because you're going to want some of these rewards in here. These cards are actually really, really good. They do increase attack by 30%, but they also increase active skill damage and for Street Fighter 5 and 6 characters when they tag in, and they recover 15% power, which means they're going to be able to go into 3PG or defaults a whole lot faster, which is pretty cool. I mean, honestly, it's a really good set, especially for free-to-play players, especially players that maybe won't get the full set of the cards from their actual banners. So this is actually really good. You can also get another memory for Camy, and this is completely free to play. All you're going to need is AP for this, so that's awesome. I would advise farming your dailies. Farm for these every single day. This is going to help you later down the road whenever the AG challenge gets unlocked, and you really should farm for these. These are going to help you level up your imprint stones for your Street Fighter 6 characters, and then you should really be getting these. All these dailies you should be farming for. And the Infinity, there's an argument, but these attack capsules, these capsules here, these here, you really should be going for. And I honestly would suggest people, especially if they're free to play, go for this option card. Try to get this option card. This, I mean, it's really, I mean, this thing's sweet, guys. I mean, it's the same one we looked at a second ago. Like, try to go for that option card. Try to get these set cards, and you definitely want to get that memory for Camy. So that's actually really, really cool. You're also going to be able to get rubies, 100 rubies every day. You get 50 rubies from this one here and 50 rubies from this. That'll be 100 every single day. But don't farm in here until this here unlocks, so you'll get more bang for your buck. And then as we move along a little bit further, right, we go over to the King of Fighters. This is just a little thing that you can do where you can get, you know, these rewards. Honestly, guys, there's really nothing special in here. Like, it's okay, you know, it's decent. It's okay, right? I mean, for free-to-play players, okay, these rewards kind of suck. These are just really not needed anymore. I mean, maybe for some players, but not so much. Then we have the Street Fighter 6 crafting event, and this is where you're going to be able to acquire your star and moon-shaped stones for your characters. These stones increase their attack, they increase their damage, blah, 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 blah. You guys know the drill, critical damage, critical rate, all those things, and this is where you're going to be farming for them. So acquiring these materials is going to be really, really important, and these are important for new players, so that way they can get these ores here, so that way they can get all of these. So this is actually really good. Now remember that your characters can't get these things. They don't need them until they're A3. If they're not A3, which means 3 stars on them, you won't be able to use these. You won't be able to equip these on them at all. And then if we move along, we go over to the Street Fighter 6 puzzle event, where you're going to be acquiring little puzzle fragments every single day to get some sweet little rewards, right? I mean, again, these are really good, guys. These tokens are going to be pretty sweet to have. So that's actually pretty alright. That's alright, right? Nothing really major. You have the Street Fighter 6 event Codex, which, you know, where whenever we level up characters, when you acquire them, or take them to A1, 1 star, or 2 star, 3 star, 4 star, 5 star, you're just going to start getting more rewards. These imprint stones are going to really help your characters get stronger. And then, of course, you have the shards, and these here to level your characters up beyond A5. So once they're 5 star, you can actually level them up to what's called A9. So, you know, you have A5, which would be 5 star, then you have A6, A7, A8, and then you have A9, which is the final level of these characters. And these things here help you unlock all of that. So pretty cool, right? Nothing really major in here. A lot of the same old we come to expect. We have a Street Fighter 5 event Codex, and for players that already have these characters, this is awesome. You guys can see that I can collect all these because I already have a leveled up Ryu. I already have this guy leveled up, and that's pretty damn phenomenal. So I'm really happy about that. And then, I mean, yeah, I mean, and that's kind of the thing. So this is going to save some players a little bit of AP, because you need a crap ton of these things when you start leveling up your character. So that's all right, man. It's not too bad at all. Then we would click into see all events. We just took a look at the Rush Dungeon. We have this here, the tower. I'm not able to go into the tower just yet because I don't have any of these characters just yet. We'll talk about Cammy here in a little bit, because that's a little bit of a sore spot, at least for me, and I'm pretty sure for a lot of players out there. We have a guild raid with Ryu here. This is just a nice little event to acquire some extra little rewards. You click on reward info, you can collect these boxes every time you play it, and you can get these ores, you can get some Street Fighter hammers, you can get some of these other hammers. I mean, you really should play it because it's just an easy thing to get some rewards out of. So that's actually pretty cool, right? That's pretty cool. And then when we get out of here and we go back in, see all events, we have the boss showdown. And this is a nice little event where whenever you level up these points, whenever you level up all these points, you're going to be acquire all these rewards in here. You can see you have 3PG for Jamie. If you click on the search here, it shows you everything that you get as far as the tiers that you level up. So the more disadvantages that you have, the more of these rewards you can get. These lucky spinners are really nice to have. So that's awesome, right? You know, a little 3PG here, which is cool. I'm really happy that they put the 3PG in here. So I think most players, you know, I don't know how difficult this is yet, but I don't think it's going to be too difficult, to be honest, guys. I haven't played it yet, but I don't think players are going to have too much difficulty getting that 3PG for that free character, which is awesome. You have Smash the Car, where you see Badass Ken here, and you can see the rewards that you're going to be getting, guys. You're going to be Infinity, get these things here, and you'll be able to get quite some extra rubies out of here. So I would advise playing this thing. You just come in here and beat the crap out of your cars with your characters. It's really not a difficult thing to do, to be honest, guys, especially with these new characters. I don't think it's going to be too difficult. And then we have the summons. Now I'm going to click on this one here, but we're just going to go from the front page. So when you click on summon, you can go into the Street Fighter here. Now this is pretty cool, and this is why these tokens are so important that I kept talking about. These tokens are to get these characters, to get the rerun of the Street Fighter characters, and try to get copies of this free Guile, because we're going to get him later on through the check-in login event. So this is actually really, really cool, and I'm very happy to see it, right? And the thing is, you know, normally they would have like one character in something like this where we'd be using coins to try to acquire them. And the character I wish they would have done that with would have been Classic Cammy, because I got to say, guys, we're going to talk about that in a little bit. I'm not really too happy what they did with Classic Cammy. It's not all bad. The rest of this update looks really good. And this is really cool too, especially for players that don't have the Street Fighter 5 characters, especially for players that have like a Street Fighter 5 character, maybe say like A3, A4, and they just never use the extra generic memories on them. And now they can get copies of them and level them up. And that's exactly what's going to happen for me on this account. So that's actually really, really cool. And I like that they put them in, you know, a free banner. So that's nice. That's actually really, really good. But then we go over to the card banner here. And these cards are OP as hell, guys. Like, you're going to want these for these characters big time, because they buff up the Street Fighter 5 and 6 characters. And like I said earlier, the Street Fighter 5 characters got buffed up tremendously. We're going to talk about that in another video, but they buffed them up big time. I'm very happy to see what they did. However, there's still A7, which will lead me into another video for another time. But we have increased attack up to 180% for the Street Fighter 5 or 6 characters. You have critical rate that goes up to 10% for them. And you have another, when your critical rate reaches 10%, you will get critical damage increased by 120%. This is going to be an insane set for them. Nothing really too spectacular or ridiculous. You know, you have the attack by 20%, that's nice. And then you have the 30% chance to increase your power, which means you can do 3PG immediately. And I just have to say, guys, that this artwork is awesome. I love the retro look on these cards. I think it's awesome that they got my baby doll, Leona, on there with my other baby doll, Cammy. So I'm really, really happy to see that. And you get into the 3PGs, guys, and you see Jury here, who's one of the characters in the banner. She does have darkness, right? And she increases enemies' darkness damage received by 30% for 10 seconds after using this skill, right? So it's going to be pretty massive for her. And then when we go down here, you can see we have Guile in here, who increases blast skill damage by 10% for 10 seconds after using Crossfire Somersault. So a nice little buff for him, right? Not too bad. But these option cards are pretty lit. So this is pretty cool artwork with Jamie and Keo on here. And this thing gives you some critical rate. But for 5 and 6 Street Fighter characters, you get an attack increase by 50%. This is massive. Like, this card is ridiculous. Like, this is a really good card. Honestly, that card will make a big difference for your characters. Holy crap. And then you have the same goal, different path. Again, we have Kim on here with Jury. Really lovely artwork. Again, you know, Netmarble does a really great job with all that. But you have increased critical damage by 30%, guys. That's insane. And then you have increased active skill damage by 20%. So amazing option cards for your characters. That, like, really OP for the Street Fighter 5 and Street Fighter 6 characters. Now on to something that's a little bit negative and kind of rubbed me the wrong way and some other players the wrong way, and that is how we acquire Classic Cammy. So unfortunately, the only way so far that I've seen to acquire a Classic Cammy is in the Street Fighter 6 shop, in this one and in this one. And you see, guys, they got a meter here. You have to reach 4,000 points in order to get, 4 copies of this character. And the way it works in this game is that you need 8 copies in total to fully max out a character. You get them once, and then you need 7 more copies to be able to A5 them. Once you A5 them, you can be free to play, and you can actually take them up to A9. So I did a little figuring. My math might be a little bit incorrect, but I believe the cheapest way possible is if you buy 3 of these, 1 of these, and 1 of these, which is about $275. That's right, 275 American dollars. Then you will get, all 4 copies of her from this one right here, right? Pretty damn pricey, right? And I honestly hate these things. I do not like these packs because I've always felt like they're just outrageous. I think the price is outrageous for these things. I don't like buy them. I will buy them because I am going to get at least a level 90 classic Cammy from here, so I can at least do a review about her. That's just for the content, but I would never advise you guys to do it unless you just really love this character. And I love her too, guys. I really do. I had some things in the works for her, but this really put a big damper on that idea that I had. And I don't like these packs because you get these card summons. Like, what if you have all of your cards that you need and you don't want any more? Well, then this is just fodder. It feels like just fodder. And it sucks. Like, if it just been rubies, it'd been so much better. I'd rather just have rubies in these packs instead of this crap right here. Or just more fighter summons. This is where we need copies and copies and copies of characters. If we're going to spend money, that's what I'd rather see. So, and honestly, this price needs to go down a little bit. It's outrageous. And this is just a A3 here, guys. This is just taking her 3-star. If you go into the next one here, you would do it again. You're trying to go up to that 4,000 point threshold. And I did a little math in here, and it will cost, because if you buy the expensive ones, guys, you get more bang for your buck as far as the points. And you got to buy like 5 of these, one of these, I think. That's what it is. And here, I mean, you are getting these tokens, guys. These tokens will help get those Street Fighter V characters, right? But if you already have the Street Fighter V characters, like me, right? Some of these characters, you look at this and you just think, I don't need it. I just want the rubies. I just want the damn rubies. Although Guile is in here, right? Classic Guile is in here. So that is something to think about. And if you do get extra memories, like say you, for example, did go out and buy all these packs and you did get extra memories, you can convert EX memories into a generic memory and make it the color of your choice for another EX character. And the Street Fighter V characters are those characters. There is also that to consider. I don't know, guys. I don't really like this. I just think it's outrageous. I mean, you also you're literally buying these characters. So I think for players that don't have Street Fighter V, it's all good. But something to remember, guys, is that the Street Fighter V characters can only go to level 70. And you're going to find in this game, especially in the cream of the crop game modes, they really need to be A9. They really need to go to level 90 in order to be playable or do really well in the game. No matter how strong they are, it won't matter. Unless, I'm going to do a little test, and I could be wrong about this. I could be wrong, guys, but with the buffs they've done, maybe there'll be a change. But the way they have it set up, they have something called overall points, and you need a certain amount of overall points. And the higher level your character is, the more overall points you have to be able to play in those game modes. And because these Street Fighter characters are EX characters, you're not going to really be able to utilize them as much as you really would like to. So that is something to think about, right? And I could be wrong. Again, I have to play with them a little bit and see what's up. But yeah, but I figured up and it's about another $270. So you're looking at $545, I think at the cheapest. I could be wrong, don't quote me on that, but about $545 American dollars to A5 Cammy. And yes, you get a lot of things on the way. You'll get a lot of these tokens, but I honestly cannot stand these damn packs. I don't like them at all. I always find that I always have a bunch of extra of these cards and I won't have enough of these fighters. And it just pisses you off whenever you buy these things and you're not getting what you want, right? It's just really, really annoying. And honestly, this price is astronomical for, just to try to be able to acquire this character. I really wish they would have put Cammy in the coin event along with those other characters, or had a separate coin event, or put her in the boss showdowns. I don't care. Just something else would have been better to at least, A3 the character, so you could at least use her in the plug-in plan. And then if people want to spend money and take her to A5, that would have been okay. Maybe if you just had one of these in here, right? Still would have been $270, but just have one of these instead of 2 of them in here. That would have been a lot better, because honestly, when we see things like this, it reeks of greed. It really does. It reeks of greed. and I don't like it. I'm not trying to put a sour taste in this update. I'm very happy, guys, about the Street Fighter 6 update. But this, honestly, really pisses me off. I'm not very happy about it at all, because this is the character, and I know I'm biased, guys, that I personally wanted tremendously. And now knowing I got to spend $545 to be able to get this character, I mean, it's just ridiculous, guys. It really is. Even for a content creator. I mean, it's just, again, you're going to get things along the way. You're going to get some rubies along the way. And maybe I'll do some more figuring to see just, you know, if it's better than what I'm actually thinking it is. But it doesn't look the greatest to me at this point. But as far as the characters, guys, I'm not going to talk about them today because the video has already been long enough as it is. But I can already assure you that both these guys are going to be insane. They're both going to be super, super strong characters. I haven't even really looked at the kits, but the way it goes in Copas, every new update, the characters just get stronger and stronger and stronger. And I'm going to be pulling for these two characters on my main account. This is my free-to-play account. I'm going to be pulling for them on my main account. I'm probably going to spend a little money so I can at least get that Cammy. And, you know, and plus I need some pulls anyway. So I'll probably end up spending a little money going ahead and do this so I can do some reviews of both these characters, because I do think both of them look freaking fantastic, and I do want to check them out and play with them. And if you're waiting on Kin Masters and the Cammy, then that's going to be a week from now. So if those are the characters you're waiting for, just go ahead and wait another week before you do any pulls. If these are the characters that you want to go for, go ahead and pull for them right now. I'm going to be pulling for all of them on just 2 different accounts. These are going to be on my main account. On my free-to-play, I'm going to be pulling for the other Cammy, and I'm going to be pulling for Kin Masters on that account. So all in all, I'm pretty happy with the update. I'm actually very happy. There's a lot of generosity in the update, but unfortunately, there's a little bit of greed with the classic Cammy. But guys, let me know what you think about the update. And I do stream on Twitch at 9 p.m. GT+7 time. The link in the description below. And I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you for watching. Y'all take care and have a good one. See everybody. Take care.